Wonderful, wonderful. So let's give the patron another good clap for that wonderful session that he has been able to carry us through. And indeed, Kingdom Circle is shifting, and we are moving in a new direction. We really appreciate the oversight, the spiritual oversight that our patron is offering and giving us, because without that spiritual guidance, then Kingdom Circle will not be able to take the trajectory that it's supposed to take. And so we are really, really grateful for that opportunity just to see and to hear what God is doing and how God is guiding us and leading us as an institution as we move forward. So as we continue with this session, I would want to just acknowledge some of the guests that we have with us, and just appreciate them for coming and for joining us today. Indeed, this is a very important day for us, and when we have our partners and the various people that we partner with joining us, it becomes a very, very important occasion for us to really appreciate them. So with us, we have our partners. We have Mensa Investments. Mensa Investments is our partner in land and housing. They're here with us. Just rise from where you are. We have Mercy and we have Alex. Karibuni sana, and thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much. So they continue to help us in terms of expanding the investment options for our members in terms of land and housing. We also have AAR Insurance. AAR Insurance is here. Karibu sana. That is David Akech. Thank you very much for being with us. We have Cooperative Bank. Cooperative Bank is here with us. Karibuni sana. That is Edmond and Edward. Asanteni sana. Thank you for joining us. We are really, really grateful for your presence. And then we have Family Bank. The Family Bank is here also. Karibu sana. That is Victor. Victor, asante sana for joining us today. Then we also have our internal auditors who are here. Our internal auditors, yes, thank you very much. That is Mark. Karibu sana, Mark Ombima. Then thank you for joining us today. We appreciate. Also, we have our external auditors who are here as well. Do we have Onesimus in the house? Oh, okay, he's outside, but he is also already here with us. They're here with us to be able to execute this occasion today. And then we have KCB. KCB is also here with us. Thank you for joining us. Karibu sana. That is Mercy and your colleague, Karibuni. We are happy to have you here. We also have CIC. CIC Insurance is here. Karibu sana. That is McKenna. Thank you, McKenna, for joining us today. And then we have Faulu. Is Faulu here with us today? Faulu, yes. Thank you very much for joining us. And then we have, I think, lastly, we have our administration, where we are in Githurai, the office of the chief. Our chief is here. Karibu sana. And we are also expecting, that is Chief Patrick. Chief Patrick Ngaruya is here. We're also expecting our ACC. I think she's on the way, isn't it? Yeah, she's on the way. Our ACC Githurai division also will be joining us. And it's good to appreciate when we have our partners, coming to just grace this occasion and to stand together with us. We really appreciate. So I think we would just want to also appreciate or recognize our staff members who are also with us here, and we have the management team. I would wish to first introduce the management team. They could just come closer where they are so that you can get to see them and appreciate them together with the staff members. So we'd want to appreciate them as they are continuing to help us and coordinate our event today. So we have, I would wish the management could come closer. The management could come closer. Just come here. We get to introduce you to the delegates today. Karibuni sana. So with us, we have our general manager, who has just joined us recently, and that is Jane Stephen. You can just wave. That is Jane Stephen. She has joined us as the general manager of Kingdom Sacco. So tumkaribishe kwa makofi mzuri, si ndio? Yeah, so she's coming in to bring in a lot of strength into the team. From the wealth of experience in banking, that she has a lot of experience, and we believe and hope that with her joining us, we will be able to move the institution much, much better. So we also have Miriam. Miriam is our HR manager. Karibu sana Miriam. We have Elizabeth Irongo, that is our ICT team lead. Then we have Peter Kimani. Kamau, that is our BD manager. Then we have Wamboi Gitonga, our credit manager. And then we have George Masharia, our finance manager. So asanteni sana. Thank you very much. The rest of the staff, I think if they are there, we can just wave. Wengine wako kule nje, they are supporting. Thank you very much for your support. Without the support of this team, as the CEO, I will not be able to really move this institution, and therefore I really want to appreciate them for standing alongside me. So also want to thank our delegates for coming today, and we have, our delegates have come from far and wide, from very far and wide, and they're all here, and we want to appreciate them for just gracing this occasion and making the sacrifice to come and to be able to join us today from the various regions. I believe also our chair will be able to introduce our delegates from the various regions. So today we want to just look at the performance, and we want to thank God for what He has allowed us to achieve this year. As an institution, we have been able to make milestones and to grow, not because of our own capacity, but because also of just relying on God and God leading us and guiding us. And so even as we present our reports today, we want to really just thank God for helping us and for giving us the grace and the capacity to be able to achieve and to make the achievements that we have achieved this year. And we are saying that it is not by our power, it is not by our might, but it is by the grace of God that we have come the far that we have come. And we really want to thank God for that. It is because of His faithfulness, it is a testimony of His faithfulness that we have come this far. And also the collective effort by all of us, by every one of us, the members, the management team, the staff members, our delegates. It is our entire collective effort, including even the board, for giving us the necessary guidance to be able to move this institution to where we have come. And we celebrate God for the successes that we have made in 2025. We also celebrate God for the achievements we have made. And of course, there are also challenges that would have come across the year, and we were able to surmount them together because of moving together collectively as we move forward. Of course, the year has had various challenges, even in terms of the economy. Looking at the economy and the market conditions that we have, that have surrounded the environment that we have operated in, and we continue to thrive even within that environment, where the conditions are not very conducive. When you look at the economic growth of the Kenya's economic growth, I think the economy was able to grow moderately, very moderately, at a growth rate of 4.5%, and that really reflected fiscal pressures, elevated public debt levels, constrained public sector credit growth. And those are the factors that affected the economy as it was able to grow moderately at 4.5%. In terms of governance, the governance environment, of course, there are challenges that are there. Corruption has continued to be a very, very big issue that is affecting investor confidence. So this is really the environment that we are building within. Kenya has been scored to be 30 out of 100 in terms of the Corruption Perception Index, and that continues to highlight the continued need for institutional transparency and accountability. And that is why we, in Kingdom Sacco, that is a very big emphasis, transparency and accountability, and that comes as a result of ensuring that we have the right people that are able to discharge the responsibilities that are given to us by the members. In terms of the private sector activity, again, we also had very modest expansion despite the higher taxations, elevated financial costs, and inflationary pressures that are affecting the business operations. In terms of inflation trends, we were able to have an increase, a gradual increase from approximately 3.3% at the beginning of the year, and by the end of the year, by December, the inflation was at about 4.5%. So that tells you that also the inflation is going high, the cost of living is going high, and remaining, and of course, it remains to be within the central bank's target, despite the various food and domestic cost pressures that have been there within the country. So despite all these conditions and despite these challenges, Kingdom Sacco and also the entire cooperative sector was able to remain resilient. It was able to demonstrate resilience, supported by a very strong member loyalty and increased demand for access to financial solutions. And I will wish to just look at the performance now of the Sacco against that backdrop of the microeconomic conditions, where Kingdom Sacco was able to deliver very strong performance, very, very strong performance. And we'll be able to look at the numbers just to appreciate how the performance has been, driven by disciplined financial management, technology adoption, and a growing member confidence. I think we want to appreciate our members for the loyalty and the confidence that we have continued to have in Kingdom Sacco, because unless without the confidence of the members putting their confidence in Kingdom Sacco, we will not be able to report such performance within this financial year. In terms of our financial performance, our total revenues were able to grow by 12.5%, and that is from 295 million in 2024 to 332 million in 2025. That is our total revenue. And if you're on the booklets, you'll be able also to see we have shared some graphs just to appreciate the way our growth, the journey in terms of our growth, and therefore also in terms of, if you want to look at that growth graphically, you will be able to see the trajectory of our growth. So when it comes to the revenue, you'll be able to see that within those graphs, showing that the institution has continued to have to really grow in terms of revenue. In terms of the net surplus, we were able to also increase. We increased by 17.2%, and that is an increase from 69.5 million in 2024 to 81.5 million, reflecting improved operational efficiency and sustainable growth within the organization. And then in terms of our membership, we were able to grow by 7.9%. That was it's a modest growth, increasing from 12,608 members to 13,608 members. That's a growth of 1,000 members, which is really very, very, very modest. And I think as we discussed with our brand ambassadors and our associate patrons, we have agreed that these are numbers that we can be able to even double the membership, the current membership that we have when we work together, and to make sure that we grow the Kingdom Sacco membership exponentially. So I want to believe that with the structure that we are now putting in place to work with our ambassadors and to work with our associate patrons in the regions, and and even the members themselves, all our delegates, every member taking responsibility grow the SACCO and ensuring that we are able to spread the word. Because you have seen the benefit, you have seen how Kingdom SACCO has benefited you as a member, and you are able to share that testimony with others. And that is how we get to grow the SACCO as we move forward, even as we look at other marketing initiatives that we're able to put in place. And therefore, we anticipate accelerated growth in 2026 through our targeted outreach and enhanced member engagement initiatives that we are putting in place. In terms of our loan book growth, the loan book grew by 16.3% from 91 billion to 2.2 billion in 2025. And this demonstrated very strong demand for our credit solutions and continued member confidence. With a growth of 16.3%, I think that is a very good growth in terms of our loan book. For our deposits, we grew the deposits by 11.2%. And we want to make sure that we can match the growth of the deposits also with the growth of the loan book, so that we can ensure that we are able to lend when the members require lending. We grew from 1.47 billion to 1.64 billion. And we want to continue to encourage our members to be able to embrace a disciplined savings following the biblical principle that is demonstrated by Joseph in the Bible in Egypt, where he was able to prepare he was able to prepare today to secure tomorrow. And we're asking our members and our delegates, as we go down to the members and our house leaders, let's encourage a disciplined savings culture, that we can grow more in terms of members putting in savings, because there is always, you save for a rainy day. You prepare today to secure tomorrow, and that is very, very important. Joseph was able to guide the government of the day in Egypt to save 20% of every year's harvest for 7 years of plenty, so that the other 7 years of scarcity, then the nation of Egypt was able to sustain itself. It was able to even provide. It was able to provide even support to other nations. And you can imagine, just because of a disciplined savings culture that was demonstrated by Joseph in Egypt. And you can apply that principle, isn't it? We can apply that principle to make sure that we are saving in a very, very disciplined way. In terms of our asset growth, we grew our assets by 13.1%, from 2.16 billion to 2.44 billion last year. And I think even from the graphs, you're able to appreciate the growth trajectory in terms of our asset base. The asset base is really what is able to show our overall growth projections, and you can be able to see, even compared to the other years, where the growth has really continued to go. Last year we grew by 5%, the other years 10%, and this year we went higher by 13%, and we appreciate God for that achievement. So we are strategically positioning the SACCO to attain a 3 billion asset base within 2026, with the support of our members, and through disciplined savings and prudent borrowing. So we want to believe and trust that with our support, we should be able to hit the 3 billion mark this year. I want to ask whether are we committed, all of us, to achieve that? Are we committed, isn't it? And I believe next year when we come here, we should be able to report that we have been able to get there, because it is our collective effort that will make us to get there as we continue to, all of us, to play our part. So that is our performance, just in a nutshell. And of course, the treasurer will be able to highlight more areas of our performance as we look at our financials. In terms of the key highlights for the year, some of the key highlights is that we have had member engagement forums that we have continued to have and to hold within the SACCO, just to engage our members, to ensure that we are having more awareness of our products and services, and also training our members in very specific areas to enhance, to give them tools, for financial literacy that allows them to be able to scale the businesses and what they are doing. So we've held forums with delegates, we've held forums with our house leaders, we also have held forums with the youth entrepreneurs, we have also held forums with high investors, and these particular forums have been very, very, very impactful to our members. I think we had meetings or forums or trainings for entrepreneurs last year. We invited quite a number, we invited the members, but I think we had a very low turnout, and we want to encourage our delegates and even our house leaders. Let's encourage the members to participate in those forums, in the various training and member engagement forums that we have, because these are places where we actually bring in experts to come and offer the training. I think we brought in experts to handle things like tax matters around succession planning and those kind of things that are really, really important to help you to be able to prepare and even scale your business to the next level. We also launched our Brand Ambassadors program last year. We were able to launch the Brand Ambassadors program. And the Brand Ambassadors, and that was in May last year, we were able to have ambassadors now representing different sectors of the economy. And yesterday we launched the Pastors Brand Ambassadors program, who are now also part of the larger Brand Ambassadors program. And we are cutting across all the sectors. There are those who are in education, those who are handling the areas of youth, those who are also focusing on the people in business. We also have our pastors helping us in the churches, and that's which is our main focus. And we continue to engage our ambassadors and really work with our ambassadors to ensure that we're able to expand outreach into churches, into professional networks, into business and community networks, that where we are able to ensure that Kingdom Circle presence is felt in each of those places. And I think we have a testimony, from the ambassadors, and as we've been talking to all our ambassadors, we have seen, they have been able to share testimonies of what the Circle has done and what the Circle continues to do. And we are also working towards strengthening organic growth through trusted referrals, where even the members themselves are able to refer other people to join the Circle, and that has continued to work very well, where we have actually seen even members who are not ambassadors, they are not officially in the ambassadors program, and even delegates who are not in the program. We have seen quite a number of you referring people to the Circle, and I think that has been very, very commendable as we do that together. Just give me a second. Yeah, so we continue to engage our ambassadors and our members, and we want to encourage us to be able to really do the best, do our very best in spreading the word about the Circle. We want to enhance brand visibility at the grassroots levels. We want to be able to increase member acquisition and momentum through this particular program. We also have worked a lot on our digital transformation and technology and enhancements. We've done quite a bit in that area. And this is an emphasis for us as Kingdom Circle, because we are using technology to ensure that members are able to access services from wherever they are. Access to services is very important, is very critical, that members do not need to come to our offices to access services. From wherever you are, at the comfort of your home, in your business, wherever you are, you should be able to access every service that we have at Kingdom Circle, and we have continued to do that. And I think when you visit our banking halls, then the traffic is very low. Sometimes we just have 1 or 2, 3 members there. but members are very busy and engaging and doing their services out there and doing business through Kingdom Sacco, and that's something that we really appreciate. And one of the things we introduced last year is something we are calling the sponsored data. And this really is just to help to broaden or to help our members to have great access to our digital services, especially the mobile app. Without having to buy data, you're able to still use the mobile app of Kingdom Sacco. So that sometimes we noted that members are getting inconvenienced because you are just about to pay for services, you're on the queue to pay, and then you remember, I need to buy data, I didn't have a data bundle, you need to buy, you're on the queue, and then people are waiting and wondering, this person is not finishing to pay, so that the rest can, the rest can pay, isn't it? And we want our members to have a very good experience that when you're there and you're making your payments, all you need to do is just put on your data. You don't have to worry whether you have data on your mobile app, on your phone, as long as you're using Safaricom. We've partnered with Safaricom, and you can do your transaction and be able to avoid those unnecessary delays or even unplanned data costs that you had not actually planned to buy. And I think that is a big milestone that we have been able to provide to our members. We also enhanced security controls on our mobile app just to make sure that we provide more security enhancements. We ensure that there is protection of your transactions and your financial activities. And this really is just also to ensure that the member confidence in using these services is elevated. So we want to guarantee our members that your transactions are very, very secure. Very, very secure. We have continued to put a lot of investments around security to make sure that the channels are very, very secured as we continue to transact with Kingdom Sacco. We have also expanded to introduce other channels, deposits through KCB, and thank you very much, KCB, you're here, for allowing us to also integrate for deposits through your branches, agents, and also the KCB mobile. And we want to encourage our members who also are who have accounts with KCB. You can now very easily just transact between KCB and Kingdom Sacco, the same way we are able to do with Equity, we are able to do with Cooperative Bank, the same way we are also able to do with Family Bank. We have done all these integrations just to allow our members to be able to have that kind of flexibility. Whichever agent is near you, whichever branch is near you, if you have an account also with those banks and you want to transfer money to Kingdom Sacco, you can just do it at the touch of the button through the various channels that those banks are offering, including their mobile applications, and you can transfer money to Kingdom Sacco very, very seamlessly through those channels. We also introduced cardless withdrawals through Cooperative Bank, and just to ensure that we also reduce reliance on the cards. Sometimes people forget the cards, isn't it? You could be you want to go and do to access money, but you want cash and you forgot your ATM card with you, and so you can be able now to use the mobile app and be able to do the cardless, get a code, go to the ATM, and it gives you money, it gives you cash, and you didn't have to use the ATM card. So you use a cardless option, and that is very, very convenient to our members. Also, we've continued to do a lot of improvements and continuous optimizations of our systems to ensure that we improve stability, we ensure that our transactions are processing faster, and also to enhance the overall user experience. And I want to believe that these are things we have seen. These in terms of how our services, when you're using especially our mobile app, the transactions, the processing speeds, we have been able to improve that. The OTPs, if you're logging into the mobile app and the OTP comes in very instantly, those delays have been reduced significantly so that our members have greater convenience as they are accessing services. The other aspect, we were able to also introduce solar. We were able to engage in a solar project, which was a big milestone for us because where we are in Githurai, we have a lot of power instability. That is with the Kenya Power, and that really used to affect our services a lot in terms of sometimes causing downtimes, because when the power is out, and especially if it's out for long, maybe the generators are tired and all that, we will have, sometimes we'll have challenges with the power. And therefore having installed solar, that really helped us to significantly enhance the operational efficiency. We don't have any more service interruptions that are resulting on power issues. We have put up a very robust solar system that is able to use the God-given energy, and we are able to power the institution day and night. We are able to power the institution day and night, and without any power interruptions. And so that also really helped us to significantly reduce the previously high cost of electricity. We'll all attest that electricity costs are very high, and therefore we're able now to make sure that that cost can now go into helping improve services for our members. And I think that is something that we really appreciate very much to have been able to achieve. And of course, that also marks a very important milestone in our sustainability journey in terms of embracing green energy, our commitment towards green energy, and being able to enforce environmental, social, and governance principles that we endeavor to achieve. In terms of KMRC partnership, I think we spoke about this even last year. We were pursuing the partnership with KMRC so that we could ensure that our members have access to affordable housing solutions, or affordable housing financing at single digit. And we were able to achieve that. We were able to roll out that partnership last year. And quite a number of our members have actually benefited. Our members, those of you who have come for affordable housing loans, you've been able to now benefit at 9.5% interest rate on your housing home ownership loans. And we are continuing to work with KMRC to increase and to have more financing. And also we are exploring additional collaborations. We want to look at what are other additional collaborations we can be able to have with, to be able to expand those funding options that we can get, because we really, that is the direction that we are looking at. The kettle in the 1,000 hills, we are looking at how we can access these finances for the benefit of our members to be able to extend more affordable credit or lending to our membership. We also engaged in CSR activities, and we were able to ensure that we are engaging in activities that are creating community impact, so that we demonstrate our commitment to social transformation through targeted CSR initiatives. So we had initiatives like feeding programs, for which we were able to have for vulnerable street families. We were able to have a program through partnership with some of our partners, and we were able to really engage and ensure that those vulnerable families, street families, were able to actually get some support through that kind of partnership. We also supported the Bible Society of Kenya in advancing Bible distribution, and we were really happy to be able to support that. That is a very noble purpose, to ensure that the Bible reaches to as many people in this, especially these were schools, students in schools, to be able to access Bibles. And we also supported families that were affected by the Mwihoko plane crash. I believe we all saw that in the news, isn't it? We had a tragedy in Mwihoko. Mwihoko is within really our neighborhood, and we went in there to stand with the victims that were affected with that plane crash. We were able to ensure that the students that were affected, we provided stationery for them. Some of them were about to do exams, and so we had to stand with those families to be able to make it through. And we also were able to support youth empowerment initiatives through local sports. And this is also an area that we are really looking at, because the young people are in sports. They are there in the sports, and that's where we can get them. We are working with our ambassadors in that area, in the area of youth and sports, so that we can access the young people in that area. I think last year we were able to work with some boxing, the boxing sports group in Githurai, and we want to do more of this as we move forward. And we want to believe that even as we realize our foundation, the Kingdom Circle Foundation, we'll be able to do a lot more community impact initiatives that we are looking at putting in place within the year. Product innovation and financial inclusion. We are introducing new products, and also there's those that already we have started rolling out. And this is just to ensure that we are able to provide more coverage of products and solutions to our members in different segments of the economy, so that we can support every segment. We're able to support the needs of our members in every segment. We have the Ujenzi loan product that we have rolled out, and this is for supporting the rental housing construction, people who are doing rental housing. I think now we have the opportunity to help our members to advance in those investments. We also together with that also is the rent collection advance. We're calling it Boresha Rent Collection Advance, where we will be able to ensure that if you have an agreement, your rent as a landlord is coming through Kingdom Circle, and we have those agreements, we're able to also give you some advances to help you with the management of those properties. Green energy financing. Again, that's another area we are looking at as a strong area, so that we can finance green energy solutions, members to be able to put solar systems, biogas, and those kinds of renewable energy solutions. We want to be able to go very, very big in that area. Retirement, we are looking at our members who are retiring, and we noted that those members who are retiring, after they retire, they are not able to continue making or saving with this because they don't have income. But then, so some of them are preferring to exit because now I can't save, and therefore I want to now just get my money and go and eat my money in retirement. So what we are doing is with the retirement or the Retire Smart product, which we'll be rolling out, is that once you retire, you are able to retain your deposits within the circle and access it over time, slowly, maybe with like 10 years, 15 years. We come up with a drawdown schedule where you can access that money. It continues earning you interest, like just the same way with the interest like we'll be declaring today. Those savings will continue earning that interest over the years as you continue to access that money in your retirement period. And that is something that we really want to help, and especially even for everyone, because when you know that you're saving for retirement, you actually put more into your savings, isn't it? Because your savings eventually become your retirement. It's your retirement package. At the end of your active, income generating life, and now you're in retirement, your savings at the circle becomes basically your retirement funds that can help you to be able to go through the retirement period, and that becomes very, very important, that we can be able to give that access. We also rolled out the dividend advance product. Some of you already enjoyed your dividends, part of your dividends before we release them after this ADM, through the dividend advance product, just to help, especially to access those funds maybe when you need them most, especially when you're taking kids to school. That is the time probably you need that money more, and therefore we made it available to you so that you can access that through the mobile app. Also, we will be introducing Kilimo, that is the agribusiness loans, women empowerment financing solutions, We will also be introducing some golden moments, goal-based savings. We want to really go into goal-based savings. Goal-based because every member has, you have different goals. You want to be able to have certain goals. You want to be able to plan for things like anniversaries, things like holidays, and those are things that you can be able to plan for, ensure that you save with that goal in purpose, in mind, and being able to achieve that goal and saving for those milestones, life milestones. So I think those are the products that we're going to, some of them we've introduced, some of them we are now going to roll out, and we want to request our delegates to look out for these products when you roll them out. We'll be giving more details as we roll out, and we will be able to partner with our members, our delegates, our house leaders to make sure that our members benefit with these products. In conclusion, I wish to extend sincere appreciation to the patron and the board for their visionary leadership. I think we have very, very good leadership, very good leaders in the board, and also our patron. We want to really appreciate for giving us vision, allowing us to see the strategy and how we are going to move this institution forward. I also want to appreciate the management and the staff. I think we have introduced them for their commitment and professionalism in building the institution. Also, we want to appreciate our members for their loyalty and your continued confidence in Kingdom Sacco. I think when I said that we could not have achieved what we have achieved without the loyalty and the confidence of our members in Kingdom Sacco. And we really want to appreciate that. And as we move forward, we do so with confidence, energized by divine purpose that continues to guide this institution as assured in the book of Ephesians, chapter 3, verse 20. And I want to read this in the TPT version, the Passion Translation. It says that never doubt God's mighty power to work in you and accomplish all this. He will achieve infinitely more than your greatest request, your most unbelievable dream, and exceed your widest imagination. He will outdo them all, for his miraculous power constantly energizes you. And we are trusting God and we are believing God that we are energized by divine power. Through divine power, we are energized to achieve even more than what we could imagine, what we could try even to think as individuals. We believe that we can take this institution to higher levels beyond what we can even comprehend in our own minds. And that is because of trusting in God, putting our trust in him, and working collaboratively to be able to achieve this. So with this assurance, we move forward, united in vision and in purpose, confident that the future of Kingdom Sacco holds even greater possibilities as we continue transforming lives, empowering people, and building sustainable prosperity for generations to come. So thank you very much. That is the CEO report. And want to really appreciate all of us for being here. I don't know whether we have any other guests that may have come so that we can recognize them if they are there. If you have any other guests that have come, I think it will be good to just recognize. You could, if there is a new guest, all right. I think there is no new guest that has joined us, and so we want to appreciate really what God is doing. So thank you very much, and I want to now welcome the chairman to be able to share his report. Asanteni sana.